Hi there, we are busy reading from the Passion Translation and we are currently in chapter 29. The heading here is Don't Be Stubborn. Verse 1. Stubborn people who repeatedly refuse to accept correction will suddenly be broken and they will never recover. Everyone rejoices when the lovers of God flourishes, but people groan when the wicked rise to power. When you love wisdom, your father is overjoyed. But when you associate with prostitutes, you waste your wealth in exchange for disgrace. A godly leader who values justice is a great strength and an example to the people. But the one who sells his influence for money will tear down what is right. Flattery can often be used as a trap to hide an ulterior motive, so be cautious of flattery. And they can then take advantage of you. The wicked always have a trap laid for others, but the lovers of God escape as they sing and shout in a joyous triumph. So that is interesting here. If you can say, it says the wicked will always have a trap laid for others, but the lovers of God escape these traps as they sing and they shout in joyous triumph. So how can we escape the traps of the enemy as well? I would say with worships and shouts of joy in God's presence, to know that He's on our side and that He gives us the wisdom to escape every trap that the enemy might try and lay before us. God's righteous people will pour themselves out for the poor, but the ungodly make no attempt to understand or even help the needy. You can't argue with a fool, is the next heading here. Arrogant cynics love to pick fights. So you know somebody who loves to pick fights? They are called arrogant cynics. But the humble and the wise love to pursue peace. There is no use arguing with a fool, for his ranting and raving prevent you from even making a case and settling the argument in a calm way. Violent men hate those with integrity, but the lovers of God esteem those who are holy. You can recognize fools by the way they give full vent to their rage and they just let their words fly. So yeah, what is a characteristic of a fool? Is somebody who vents their anger and just let their words fly around. So that is very foolish and we don't want to be like that. It says here, but the wise bite their tongue and they hold back all that they could say. So a wise person, there's been a few times where it speaks about this. A wise person is somebody who can control their tongue and control their temper and know when to speak and know when to rather just keep quiet. When leaders listen to a false accusation, their associates become scoundrels. So be careful, leaders. Don't listen to false accusations. Gossip about people in your congregation or maybe about other leaders. This can cause your associates and the people that are around you to become scoundrels. Poor people and their oppressors have only one thing in common. God made them both. The best insurance for a leader's longevity is to demonstrate justice for the poor. Experience many corrections and rebukes, and this will make you wise. So maybe if you're going through a difficult time or maybe feeling heavy because you have been experiencing a lot of rebukes or corrections, or it just feels like you've been going through a time of fire maybe, where God has been leading you and guiding you and correcting you about certain things in your character or the way you say things or do things, it says here, be happy about this, because this will actually turn you into a wise person. But if left to your own ways, you will bring disgrace to your own parents. When the wicked are in power, lawlessness abounds, but the patient lovers of God will one day watch in triumph as their stronghold topples. Correct your child, and one day you will find that he has changed. Wow, that's a good promise to have. We can actually take scriptures from the Word as promises as well. So the Bible is saying here, if you correct your child, you will find that one day he will be changed. So if you are a parent and you feel like you are correcting your child over and over and over with the same thing, and it might not look like he's listening right away, don't give up. Continue to correct him or her. And it says here, the Bible is promising here that one day you will find that he has changed. So you can take this word as a promise from the Lord that if you do your part, he will do his part, and this child's heart will change. And it says here, and he will bring you a great delight. Now that's a great promise. That is from Proverbs 29 verse 17. Verse 18, when there is no clear prophetic vision, people quickly wander astray. But when you follow the revelation of the word, heaven's bliss will fill your soul. Now that is very powerful as well. So I want to read it in the Amplified. It's verse 18. Where there is no vision or no revelation of God and his word, the people are unrestrained. But happy and blessed is he who keeps the law of God. I'm going to read it again on the other side. When there's no clear prophetic vision, people quickly wander astray. What is prophetic vision? Prophetic vision is something that you received from God. It's a vision or a word or a direction that you have received from God. So it's something that you can stand on, that you can build on. It's something that you can lead towards. It's something that people can know, oh, that's the vision, this is where we're going. And it actually gives people, I would say, a sense of security to know that God has spoken and this is where he is leading us. It says that when you follow the revelation of the word, heaven's bliss will fill your soul. So the revelation of the word, when God reveals to you his words, it reveals to you what he wants to do. It says that this will actually fill your soul with a heavenly bliss. So that is a beautiful scripture as well. A stubborn servant can't be corrected by words alone, for even if he understands, he will pay no attention to you. There's only one kind of person who is worse than a fool, the impetuous one who speaks without thinking first. So it's good, think first, then speak. This is a very important life skill, even as a mom, that I'm trying to teach my children, but also trying to do myself as well. Never speak before you actually thought about it and processed through something. If you pamper your servants, don't be surprised when they expect to be treated as sons. The source of strife is found in an angry heart. So what is the source of strife? Is there a lot of strife around you or in your life? Maybe look for the root. It says here that the root is an angry heart. So one needs to deal with this anger inside your heart. How do we deal with that? We deal with it through forgiveness and inviting God's power and healing into that place of anger so that strife can be sorted out. It says here, for sin surround the life of a furious man. Lift yourself up with pride, and you will soon be brought low. But a meek and a humble spirit will add to your honor. So we need to be able to be meek and humble, and then God will fill our lives with honor. You are your own worst enemy when you partner with a thief, for a curse of guilt will come upon you when you fail to report a crime. Fear and intimidation is a trap that will hold you back. But when you place your confidence in the Lord, you will be seated in a high place. Everyone curries favor with leaders, but God is the judge and justice comes from him. Let's read that in the Amplified. Many seek the ruler's favor, but justice for man comes from the Lord. So even though we might enjoy favor from men, at the end of the day, it's the favor from God that is ultimately the most important. The wicked hate those who live a godly life, but the righteous hate injustice wherever it is found. And there you go, that is Proverbs 29. I really enjoyed, there was a scripture here that I really liked. So I can't find it so quickly right now, but this was Proverbs 29, another beautiful chapter in the Passion Translation.